Hello everyone, thank you for joining us this Sunday evening, this still not working Sunday evening. I am your host, Chef Big Belly, and tonight we are making French Macaron. Like that accent, Daniela? Alright, here we go. We have 200 grams of confectioner's sugar, 100 grams of almond flour. I'm going to put them in this machine right here that looks like it'll take off all my fingers and cut my credit rating in half. Pulse blend, 30 seconds. Here we go. Try not to make a mess, because not only will I have to clean it up, I'll get yelled at by my wife. Pop the lid on. Okay, now we got a pulse blend. If you do it, just let it rip. I don't know, my wife said it ain't gonna work like that. Sounds like a Honda Civic at the drag strip. We have our clean and grease-free bowl. Slap that puppy right here on our KitchenAid mixer. And in it, we're gonna put 120 grams of egg whites, room temperature egg whites. All right, yep, get that little drip in there. Like I said, no mess. And we have 1/8 of a teaspoon of some salt. Throw that in there. Put this down. Put the guard on. Didn't do that once. Stuff went all over the kitchen. Wife was mad. Then we're gonna Michael Jackson beat it, medium speed for a minute. You don't want to overbeat it. So we got about a minute down. Gonna rev this baby up, high speed. That's scary. For about 3 minutes until it reaches peak form. Got my nice butterfly spatula ready for afterwards. So let this do its thing for 3 minutes. We'll see you in a few. Welcome back. We did our 3 minutes at high speed. We have our stiff peaks now. I'm gonna take this bad boy off. Put it right here. Now we're gonna lightly fold in 3 tablespoons of sifted granulated sugar. I know this looks like whipped cream or cotton candy, but don't taste it yet like I did, because it doesn't taste good. Because you still gotta put the sugar in. 1 tablespoon at a time. We're gonna fold it in lightly here. I'm gonna use some redneck measuring technique. That looks like 1. Okay, give it a nice fold here. There's my kid yelling in the background. Oh, lightly. Not that. Nice little fold right there. Oh, you don't want to kill the air bubbles. That's the key thing here. All right, give it one more nice little fold right there. Okay, nice. Tuck this in. All right. Clean off my nice butterfly spatula. I got a nice little monarch on there and a little guy with some green and yellow. Yep. All right. All right. So what we're gonna do now, we mixed in our sugar. We're gonna put this back on the mixer. Make sure it's locked in place. Slam this guy down. Lock it. Put it on 1. Now we're going to put in some, I believe it's 1/8 of a teaspoon vanilla. Little vanilla flavoring. Let it go. And drizzle that in. And 3 teaspoons of my favorite. I'm sorry. Definitely not 3 teaspoons. 3 drops of pink. 1, 2, 3. Alright, gonna let that go for a little bit so it all blends in nice. Look at that, already going. Yeah, it's looking great. So now we're gonna take our confectioner's sugar and almond flour, and we're going to fold it into our mixture here. You don't want to kill the bubbles, so you have to do it lightly. So I'm right-handed, so I should probably do this with my right hand, with my beautiful butterfly spatula. Remember, again, you don't want to kill the bubbles, so just do it a little bit at a time. Alright, give it a little fold in here. Alright, so another thing you want to remember too when folding it in is scrape everything down off the sides. Otherwise you're going to have 3/4 of your mixture down in the bowl here, and then another bit of it up on the sides looking for a hot date. So after a little movie magic here, we'll be all done with this step and I'll be ready to move on to the next step with you. Okay, now that our mixture is done, it's smooth, sticky, and glossy, you want to let that sit for about 10 to 30 minutes. And we're going to take that prime time while that's sitting doing its thing to A, clean up because I hate messes, and then B, we're going to take get the rest of our ingredients together for the fillings and make these very tasty. Alright, so now we're going to make some vanilla buttercream frosting. We have our warmed butter here. I got a little mini brother here with some beautiful butterflies. Put this right in here like that. Alright. I'm going to mix this up a little bit. Good. Oh, alright. That's good. What? Huh? My camera woman said I didn't beat it enough. Alright, there we go. Try not to make a mess here. Oh wow, that thing stands on its own. Pretty cool. Alright, now I'm going to take our granulated sugar here and go through it with this Amish wheel. Confectioner's sugar. Look at that. I think this was made at the end of World War I. Can't tell. Still works good though. So if you're like me and you get a parched throat from all this talking while you're baking, it's always good to have a nice yoo-hoo on hand standby. Okay, back to the show. Almost got all the little guys here done. Alright, that works pretty good. Now we're going to pour it in here and beat it a little bit. It helps when you have a big bear paw like me. You can hold the whole bowl and not worry about dropping it. And you bakers out there with little hands, I don't know if you're going to have a little trouble with this step, but that's alright. We're furloughed right now, so give us a call. We'll rent our bare hands out for you. Alright, add a little more in here. Sometimes you can just hit it against the machine like that if it won't come out. Try not to make too much of a mess here. This almost looks like cheese curds. For any of you poutine eaters out there, I love poutine. Reminds me of poutine. Maybe in our next show we'll make poutine. Alright, so my beautiful assistant let me know that every time I banged it on the beater, I was just sugaring the motor down. But, alright, well, we're going to take this time to add in our vanilla. Water this down a little bit. Oh, that's a little better. Getting drier than my sense of humor there. Alright, now we'll try and dump the rest of this in to the bowl, not the motor. Perfect. That was a precise dumping there. Just going to pause this for a second. We were going to use real vanilla, but it looks like one of Bob Marley's dreadlocks, so we're not going to use that. We had to use the liquid. It's just as good, just we wanted to use something a little fresher and natural, but it is what it is. Times are tough on the furlough. Alright, so it looks pretty good, looks about done. Let's give it a little test here. Good. Really good. Hey, maybe it'll run better with a little sugar in the motor. Alright, now we're done with our vanilla buttercream frosting, which is delicious, by the way. And I'm going to clean these beaters out in a second, but first, have to add a little salt. Alright, we're making a little strawberry compote real quick. We got low medium heat on the stove. All it is, strawberries and sugar, and as the strawberries soften, just want to make sure you smash them against the side of this little bowl here. Pan, bucket, whatever you want to call it. Piping bag here with a 1/4-inch tip. So if you're by yourself and you got a lot going on to try and get whatever you're making into the piping bag. So a little tip is you take it and you put it in a cup just like this, and you fold the edge over here. Now you really don't have to worry about hanging on to the bag and making sure everything goes in, because you can take your sweet butterfly spatula, just take it like this. Try not to make too much of a mess. Get that little dribble off. There we go. And just dump it in like so. Well, my assistant said we can pour it in. So after we get this done, I'm going to show you how to make our 2-inch circles on our baking sheet right here. Alright, so for this next step, we're going to do 2-inch circles. Now you're supposed to do it on a silicone baking sheet or baking mat with pre-measured circles. We're on furlough right now. We don't got money for that. Uncle Don hasn't sent me my unemployment check, so we got to work with what we got. Got a little parchment paper down on a cookie sheet. Now you just want to put it down like this, give it a little pressure. Ooh. Bing, bing. You want to keep swirling it. I should probably be putting it down a little bit more. You got like little mountains here, but they'll flatten out. That's probably way too much. Yeah, we're measuring on our own here. I am far from a professional, let me tell you. I am more of a consumer than a producer. But for this next step, you want to get the air out. Very important to get the air out. If you're like me, you're always thinking about music. You can make a beat out of it. All right, that was a good beat. All of our air's out, and now we are ready for our next step, where they will sit for 45 minutes before we do anything else with them. And get some sign language from my lovely partner here. 45 minutes they sit, and then we'll bake them. So for this next step, we're going to take our little products here that have been sitting for about an hour. About an hour. Preheat the oven, 325. I'm going to throw them in here for 10 minutes. After 5 minutes, I'll spin them around. One thing I learned all these years opening the thing, got the heat out. Don't want to burn my George W. Bushes. All right, there's one. All right, so now we got to rotate these. Don't want to burn our bear paws, so we're going to use Stregonona or something here. Let the heat out. Spin these things, looking pretty good. I don't want to burn my claws here. Trying to keep this G-rated. All right, another 5 minutes. And then we'll throw the next batch in. See you in 5. So 10 minutes is up, 5 minutes on each rotation. Heat out. Oh yeah, these things look mint. Okay, grab this guy. Put him right there. Grab this next one. And they go 10 minutes. All right, fresh out of the oven. Let's see what we got here. First time, I think they came out pretty good. Here's the front, there's the underside. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna make a bottom and put our top right here. There's our buttercream frosting. We're gonna make a nice little ring here. Oh boy. All right, see if we do this one-handed. A nice little ring here. Don't mind the shakes. Giving it that squeeze. All right, got a nice little barrier for the outside. A little strawberry goodness we made on the stovetop. Put a little razzle dazzle there in the middle. Put this on the top. There we go, finished product. My favorite part. Delicious. Chef Big Belly. Coming to a kitchen near you. Thank you for watching our video. Hope you enjoyed it. We're trying to just make the best of staying home and doing our part to stay home, stay safe. And if you have requests for next week, you'd like to see another video, let us know in the comments below. And we'll come at you next week with something else. Thank you again.